What is up, you wonderful people? It is I, Nima. Today I want to talk about the fact that my friends tricked me into playing Sofiya and the Ancient Clan. Before we get into that, I do want to remind you guys to please hit that like and subscribe button, follow, share, do all that. We're almost at 500, and I honestly appreciate each and every one of you guys. You're amazing. You make my day. So anyway, my friends convinced me that Sofiya and the Ancient Clan was this great game that I just didn't know about. And they were even more hyped because it got released early. Now, I should have known something was up because nobody gave a crap that it got released early. It's supposed to come out today. It was actually playable yesterday. That should have been some sort of alarm, but no, it didn't. And as I played it, I was like, this game is basic. This game is like a McDonald's hamburger. You know, you see it and you're like, well, could be good. I mean, maybe it'll satisfy my hunger. Yeah, it's utilitarian at best. You know, like there's no cheese on it. And I know there's some psychos who prefer no cheese. But as much as you try to make this thing look good, it's just not. And you can't do that. You can't infer any sort of quality in the game or the hamburger and such that it's ever going to be anything but basic. And that is all this game really is. I mean, this game is one of those games that a 12, 13-year-old boy would buy and kind of hide it, you know, probably even a little bit younger if I'm being honest. You know, maybe not want his mom to find out, or it's something, it's not completely shameable. Shameable, I don't know if that's a word, but there's no shame in the icon for it or anything like that. But the further you get in, the more stuff you see, you understand why people are playing this game. And it's a weird thing. Like, who's into pixel titties? I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I guess it's fine, you know, different strokes and whatnot, or a lot if you're in playing this game. But one thing I did figure out is there was a hidden thing in this game. And it's not what you think it is. It's that this poor girl is constantly having a seizure, and you're trying to find the ultimate cure. I mean, seriously, if she's not having a seizure, then she will soon. Look at her eyes. Blink your eyes that quick, that often for just an hour, and I guarantee you'll probably have a seizure. Something isn't right with her, and that is what we need to figure out. And I know what you're going to say. Well, they just animated her that way. Nothing else is wrong in this game. The world itself is fine. It's not unhealthy. Then I present the enemies. The enemies don't have whole bodies. What I mean by whole bodies is you can walk right through them. You can just kind of traverse them. In fact, they don't even see you there. Most of the time, they won't attack. They just stand there with like their spear. Yeah, some will attack you that can see you. Usually it's like the magical ones, so maybe they have some sort of ability that the physical attackers don't. The physical attackers just walk right up to you, kind of walk through you, and one would then have to question, are they in some ways underdeveloped? Is there something going on with their brains where they're not functioning at a high state? I don't know. What I'm saying, though, is there's something more to this game, and I think that's what we should be focusing on. Not the fact that as you play through here, you just find scantily clad pictures or her bending over a grave with her butt sticking out, saying some really kind of messed up things, especially when you're dealing with zombies, but whatever, again, to each his own. But no, I want to find out why the knights can't keep their tongues in their mouth. For me, that's a much more interesting story. And if you feel like wasting your time and your money, you might as well try to figure out something else to do in this game besides actually play the game, because the story does not really hold up. The enemies are bleh. They're something that you could see like just taken out of a stereotypical RPG game. There's really just one thing holding me back from calling it just complete shovelware, and that is the fact that the level designs are actually pretty decent. And I know that sounds crazy, but there's actually some pretty good like Metroidvania 2D level designs. Nothing else about it is any good, but just the level designs themselves. The way that they kind of intricately like make you go around the entire level a couple times, it's done pretty well. Not to mention, I will say that the way to navigate is pretty cool too. They use signs with the arrows on it, which is just enough to tell you where to go, and it's just briefly they do it, but not enough to like take you out of what would be an immersive game. Like if you were actually playing a real game and you get that like that arrow telling you where to go, it just kind of, I don't know, breaks immersion. And so that like the little sign thing was a pretty decent idea. Everything else in this game, yeah, I don't know what people are playing it for. I don't. Well, maybe I do. But I don't understand why that's something they'd be interested in. My advice is to avoid this game. And if your friends tell you to play it, know that your friends are dicks. That should just be acknowledged, and tell them that the greatest game series ever is Hollow and Hollow 2. Tell them it's the best first-person shooter you've ever played, and maybe they'll fall for it. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, every one of you. You guys are amazing. Have a great day. Take care.